there.
Party people.
Hello.
Greetings. Just a little bit of a content warning. Uh, this stream will have mentions of blood and dead because Vi's a prick, and this is just things that will happen with Vi. It's not graphic. Not explaining entrails across floors and stuff like that. So you're all good. It's just mentions of dead people.
Lovely.
Basically. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to start the music again because my week has been hell.
Oh no.
So, what have we got already set up that I can put on instead? Do you not listen to that again? Should we go to that one?
So what happened last time again? So
Okay, so
we went shopping.
yeah, so last time before I start, is everyone ready to start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Ed?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Stu, are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay. So, last time, you guys were in Biden again. Because, yes. And, essentially, you did a bit of shopping. And whilst you waited for, the help to turn up. Whilst you were doing shopping, Damocles caught you up and essentially told you that he was successful in managing to get through the Book of Titaran and remembering what the heck he saw. Just as a quick side note, I did roll for Damocles, and yes, he rolled really fucking well.
Congratulations, Damocles.
Yeah, essentially I base everything, the NPCs do stuff like that, I do rolls for them. So yeah, he rolled really well, which is why he managed to get all that done. Crom also received a letter, which you guys were very, very quick to go, hang on, this is a bit fucky. And then Mog, I do believe, ate the letter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is inside her now.
Yes, one day the letter will re-emerge. And then back at the guild, after you guys had done your shopping and picked up all of your essentials and stuff, picked up like 1.5 billion rations and tents, you also visited a stall with a man with strange inventions, where Lucretia picked up a bark box. Essentially, it's like a box that you took the handle and then it barks for 8 hours. And you can change what kind of dog it sounds like. And you headed back to the
Did they
guild.
think it was a woofer?
Yes, it's a subwoofer technically.
Subwoofer.
And then you guys headed back to the guild where the help had arrived. A warforged who looked somewhat patchy in clothing, highly distracted, with a pet flying snake named Timpot. Bison,
Wait, was he called the Tim Pot or was the snake called Tim Pot?
the warforged is called Timpot. The snake doesn't technically have a name, but Timpot refers to it as Noodle. But you can't tell if that's what he's named it or if that's what he thinks snakes are called. So yeah, you guys met Timpot. A couple of you decided, nah, sod this, and went to the bar to go stock up on copious amounts of alcohol for this journey.
Yep.
While the others experienced Timpot for a little bit. Bison handed out the provisions that he was able to give you guys for this journey. He told you once again to be careful because it's probably a trap. And essentially this is where we are starting. So the sun is shining up in the skies. You will finally head out on your journey to the Sinver-Cantor border. Bison walks you all to the door, giving Crom and anyone else listening some more tricks that can be used to keep Timpot under control, should he start straying off. Timpot, now outside, is already immediately distracted by the hustle and bustle of the market stalls, and the ringing of like temple bells. What's that?
Kaylee's been disconnected for a sec.
From the Wi-Fi, I think, if I can.
From the Wi-Fi?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Is the Wi-Fi breaking?
The Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi, no. Not the Wi-Fi.
We need to get a really long Ethernet cable for you.
Yeah.
I'd say you can get them in Wix, but it's gone now.
Different ways.
I can't
Oh,
get
that's
onto
Yeah, the
other
Wix
Not
they
quite
may
long
shut
enough.
down anyway.
I will Amazon you one. But are you able to hear anything at all?
No, I'm completely disconnected.
Okay. Can we take a moment to try and get Kaylee back on?
Ba, 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 ba,
Claire,
ba,
also your
ba, ba.
mic's not muted, Claire. You're coming through both.
Oh. Is this better?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Difficulties, nice. Okay, are we all back?
Yeah.
Okay, let me find out where the fuck I was. So yeah, Tim Pot's distracted by shit. In a matter of moments, he is over at a stopped wagon nearby petting the horses, which he's incredibly gentle with, despite his very heavy-looking exterior. Bison watches for a moment, just giving him a few seconds before he calls him back over to make sure he's with you lot, and then wishes the group good luck as you all head out. As you head out of the gates, Mog, Leo, quick steps over and he gives you a nice warm flask. And he gives you a quick smile before he rushes back to his post before the other guards have noticed he's moved.
She is gonna just silently tuck that away in her pack.
The day is bright and it is warm. The open plains around Biden, a stark contrast to the dark grey rocks below you that are being used to create a wide two-laned path. As you walk, wagons go by and drivers wave hello, but these soon fade out and you find yourselves alone on the gravelly surface. Trees are starting to pop up on either side of the roads as you slowly start to change from the open plains to the balmy forest. This road is pretty familiar to all of you considering your trip to Lime Ridge not too long ago. And despite what you witnessed earlier in Biden, Tim Pot's fairly well controlled out here. He's sticking to the path and he is just talking quickly about things he sees. Sometimes he walks on a bit quicker, but he always seems to stop and wait up. And Bison suggested that you guys head to an inn called the Crossroads that sits where the paths split. You stayed here en route to Lime Ridge. It's just, you know, that bit was meant to be made as a one-shot, so I never actually put that part in. But yeah, essentially you stayed there on the way to Lime Ridge, and Bison has already sent word ahead to book and prepay rooms for you. But this will be the only inn on your journey, so he suggests that you get plenty of rest and food whilst you're there. So yes, you have a moment as you guys walk along the path, if you wish to discuss anything amongst yourselves.
Of course. One of the things that, like in between talking to Tin Pot, because I imagine Crom is doing a lot of talking to Tin Pot.
He's doing a lot of He's doing a lot of talking back. So
Oh, yeah.
if no one else is, if no one else is really paying attention to him, then he will be talking to Crom.
It will be almost like a Wikipedia page reading of like lots of random information about what they're passing. So he's like, and that's called a ficus, and you use these in medical things, and like it's just like he's trying to be mentor-y and he's like excited that he's got such like an interested person there taking up all of the information, which is like encouraging him to try and also keep up.
Yeah, roll me a quick perception check real quick. We'll just just a quick one.
Let me do that.
As Crom talks to
Perception. What is
I'm
that?
just gonna be as far in front as I freaking can be, so I don't have to listen.
I mean, Tempo is loud enough that you can probably hear him.
I'm still there
yeah.
frantically taking notes.
Yeah, so you can't really tell how much Tempo is actually taking in, but he is actively nodding and like looking at Crom and tilting his head slightly and.
It's kind of good enough for him at this point. He's like he fully believes that he's taking on board everything.
He's doing his best. Instead of he's just walking on ahead. Your shadow, Lucretia, just seems like it's walking next to you. Essentially, it's just it's like it's your shadow at this point, like currently, even though it is slightly taller than you.
And I think like by the time that we get to the rest, or the resting spot, Crom is going to go over to Lucretia and just sort of, when they have a moment to talk, he's going to just like sit down and want to ask a few questions.
Uh-oh.
He's
Sure.
nothing to fear. Simple, quick questions. It'll be fast. I promise.
That's okay. Take your time.
So you spoke with my colleague Democles back in town. Tell me, did he tell you anything further that he discovered from the book? I am purely fascinated by this, you see, and it's rather revolutionary. We've very rarely ever had the god there to help us out.
Well, to be fair, I mean, he just said that he learned a lot. Obviously, you saw kind of how long I had the chance to actually speak to him. So he just kind of said that he learned a lot, and yeah, you know, this sort of thing doesn't really happen, but I think we're gonna talk more. I think when I return.
And along the way, have you been experiencing any sort of strangeness, oddities, or I don't know, other visions maybe? Usually people who are visited by Titan tend to forget things, which is not very helpful for us, you see. I'm surprised that it doesn't seem to be happening to you.
Well, how would I know if I forgot something?
What I was thinking.
My word. And like, when you say that, he's proper like, oh my god.
Mind blown.
Right.
You're right. I'm going to have to think on this and pray to Kiros. Good chat.
To be fair, I hope I haven't forgotten something, because it's probably important if it was. So I really hope I haven't.
Absolutely. Well, for the meantime, you best get some rest with the others. I'll stand on guard, as I always do. Make sure that nothing foul happens.
Alrighty.
Were you going to say something a minute ago, Claire?
Was I?
So you sounded like you were going to say something a moment ago.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, while you're talking to Lucretia, Timpot is probably rambling to somebody else. So
Oh, God.
I'm going to just roll a dice quickly and see if it is Zarlin, Moxie, or Mog who currently has Timpot's attention.
Run.
One will be Zarlin, 2 will be Moxie, and 3 will be Mog. 1d3. So who is he bothering? Zarlin! He was chatting your head off.
Oh, Zolin was probably happy to up to him.
I'm just
Wow.
I'm just there frantically taking notes, like just scribbling away, trying to get every word down.
Yeah, he would be telling you about his adventures with his other party friends, Bari and Erin, who, when he says his name, he kind of like slurs it a bit and kind of goes Erin. And his other friends and what they did. And there's one time when he woke up in another world, and there was a scarecrow, and he got his really fancy shoes.
Did you
and
see?
he really
Did
liked
you
it.
see the magical spider?
I didn't see the magical spider, but there was a really big flying monkey.
Flying monkey. I make a note of that. What was the purpose of the flying monkey? What did he do?
Well, he came with us at first, but then later on he just kind of turned evil and then tried to attack us.
Interesting.
But then he was good again, and it was really odd. And then they helped me get home. And then I got these shoes.
And what is the significance of these shoes? Do they connect to other Warforged somehow?
No, they're really, really fun. If I tap my two heels like this, and he taps his heels, and he vanishes.
This just blows
Just a
Bligh's
puff of
mind.
smoke.
Just like,
Just I'll tap it like this.
Hearing the scream suddenly, Crom's gonna look over after finishing his conversation with Lucretia and go, Solid, are you okay?
he disappeared.
What do you mean he disappeared?
He tapped his heels together and now he's gone.
You mean our guide
Yeah.
is gone?
Uh-oh.
As you're talking, 30 feet ahead of you, you see another puff of smoke, and Tim Pot is back on the bluff.
Oh, there he is. Never mind.
Crom looks over and goes, that's probably magic of some sort.
And he's already started wandering off into the trees.
Oh no.
Because as you're looking at him, he's kind of looked around and then started heading towards the tree.
Best go fetch him. You all get rest, I'll be back. Tim Pot! He's running.
fuck. Yeah, it doesn't take long. He doesn't get very far, and when he hears you calling him, he just kind of stops and goes, "Hi."
Well, like, stops and then, like, turns around and carries on. Then the second, like, no Tim Pot! Oh
That
my
was
god.
fun.
I heard that they've got many good recipes to check out in that fine establishment down there. Let's go over there.
So is anything anyone else wants to talk about? Because if not, I will continue the story.
You may continue.
Okay. So just as you reach the inn, which is called the Crossroads, the weather starts to turn. The sky has been slowly turning grey as you've been walking, and a light rain has started to trickle down. Timbo seems to enjoy the rain. You know, he's walking around in it, holding his hand up to let it drip on his hand. His flying snake shifts and slithers into his hood in order to stay dry. And you pretty soon find yourself at the Crossroad Inn. I currently don't have a map for it. Hopefully next week, because I didn't have a lot of time. But we'll just go back to... Yeah, you can stop repeating forest music now, okay? We will get some new music later. But we'll swap back to the tavern music. So the inside of the inn, it is welcoming and it is warm. There is a small fire going in the right-hand corner. The room has a very, very pleasant smell of sweet pastries and freshly baked bread. To the left is the bar, where a dwarf is putting away some tankards and occasionally drinking from one that's sitting on the counter. He kind of gulps down whatever he was drinking and gives the group a bit of a wave as you guys come in.
Oh, I'm gonna wave back, alright.
And he's just gonna address you and say, he must be the group that Bison messaged about. Make yourself at home. I've got your rooms all set up upstairs, and food will be down in a wee bit.
Beautiful.
And then, you know, he gestures out to he gestures out for you guys to find a place to sit. He takes another swig from his tavern and excuses himself and goes into the back room. There is one other person in this tavern sitting alone at a table. There is a small hooded figure who also watched you come in. Stru, could you introduce your character to the group, please?
Yeah, sure. You see what looks like a very short tabaxi with white fur, and wearing like a hood where his ears kind of the shape of them is very visible under the hood, so like two little points sticking up. And it's like a deep dark blue, almost black kind of color with gold trim that looks almost like an owl's face on the hood.
Oh my god, that's cute.
So I brought the picture up for you guys to see.
Yeah. And he has golden eyes without pupils that just sort of stare ahead at you. In front of him is like a little cup. And he looks at you expectantly.
And Tim Pot
Hello.
almost immediately heads over.
As soon as Tin Pot starts to get close, he raises up a paw and says, "Don't."
He has learned, and he doesn't.
I'm just gonna kind of look at the group and be like, oh, which one of us is going to address this?
And he stands up from the table, and he stands about 4 feet. Very short cat, and sort of clasps his paws in front of him and takes a step forward and says, "Hello. My name is Golden Veil. You may call me Veil. I'm joining you." And sort of nods at each of you and sits back down.
I'm gonna kind of look a little bit bewildered at the rest of my group and like, did everyone just hear?
Well, that's an unusual meeting, but it's a pleasure to meet you, Vale. My name is Crom Fuller. You may call me Crom. I'm rather confused, however. What do you mean you're joining us? You have only just met us. How do you even know that we're doing anything?
He looks up from his cup of milk, which he'd kind of ignored you guys after his initial introduction, and says, "I'm joining you."
I see. And Crom looks to the group and is just like, officially as guild business, we're not really supposed to be taking anyone else on. Are you in danger? Is there something that you need help with? Is this your way of asking?
"No, I am not in danger. I have decided to join you."
I see.
Usually you ask to join a group. Why do you just assume we're going to accept you?
"Because I am coming. I have been waiting for you."
Okay, see, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so you were waiting for us. How long have you been waiting?
"A day."
And how did you know we were coming?
"I spoke with the guild."
Did anyone talk to the guildmaster and find out that we were expecting help along the way? Because I feel like this is something they would have mentioned.
Yes, Bison is usually quite particular with the details, but I don't remember a tabaxi being involved, unless he meant our guide was actually you rather than Tin Pot. But that's a bit bizarre because we were introduced to Tin Pot in Biden.
Oh, they didn't know I was joining. I chose to join yesterday.
If you're a member
Seems
of the
legit.
guild, do you have your seal?
You would have one.
Yeah. I think like the hood is kind of like underneath where the hood clasps. Like he kind of pulls back, and on his sort of tabard you can see a pin.
Can I like investigate it to make sure it's not like a fake or?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna join in on that one as well, and like the investigation motion that Crom's doing is he's going to sort of rotate his single eye like forward and backward to focus.
Alright, you bloody Zaku, okay. But yeah, roll me a couple of investigation checks.
Cool.
If I can get to it. Investigation.
His eye's not as good as it used to be, okay?
Looking at the guild symbol that Vale has shown you, and taking out your own and looking at them, Seems legit.
Why?
Yeah.
Well,
Looks good.
I
And
can't
Vale,
say that I've ever seen you at the guild before, Vale, but this is good enough for me.
and Tim Pot is partway up the stairs, by the way, Vale.
Like, it's really hard to tell what Vale's looking at because you don't see pupils. So, but
So
as Tinbot's heading up, Vale just kind of turns his head, ignores it. Can't get into too much harm in it.
why don't you tell us a little bit about you? Where are you from? What you do? What's your speciality?
I like stars
Same.
and owls.
They're a bit noisy for my liking, but I like all animals, so.
He just goes back to drinking his milk.
If you like, I can Irish up that milk for you a little bit.
No,
What's Irish?
It's
you do not need to touch
it's
my
alright,
milk.
darling. Okay. For what I'd offer.
As you guys are talking, the dwarf comes back out, pushing a trolley. Large plates on it, heaped with meats and vegetables, and some very slightly steaming bread rolls. He places them down on a long table, and passes out some smaller empty plates and essentially gestures you to help yourself. Before he returns to the bar and just goes, "What are you all drinking?"
Ooh, what is your finest ale?
And he smiles and just like, "Ah, a connoisseur of the fines."
Oh,
He goes,
anything strong.
he goes under and he brings out a it's odd. Usually when you see bottles, they're glass bottles. This is a metal bottle.
Ooh.
And he brings it out and he says it's a nice invention of mine. We call it I call this one Blood of the Deep, and in this bottle it keeps it nice and cold.
I like the sound of this. And you're an inventor, huh?
He grabs a small shot glass and he pours a little bit out for you to try. He goes, "Yes, I don't get a ton of people stop here at the crossroads. People tend to head straight over to Biden, so I got a lot of time on my hands."
I want to be your best friend.
You have to come visiting me if you want that.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
I didn't get your name, by the way.
Lucrezia.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Canuck.
Canuck.
Yep, I'll write that out for you.
Very, thank you. I will make a note of that.
Go. Yeah, once you've tried the shot glass version, he will pour you a glass of it.
Ooh.
It's a very dark shade of brown. Like it's not. It's it's still the consistency of water, but it's very dark.
And what does it smell like?
It smells a bit like earthy, but also a slight twinge of fruit.
My ears are gonna like wiggle almost at the smell of it. Like,
Alcoholic wiggles.
Yeah. Well, you're good health. And then I'll
he
hold it
grabs
up.
a shot glass and he also like pours himself.
Oh, in that case, I'll chink with him, and then
Yeah.
I'll down it.
It is like it hits you immediately. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw real quick.
That is. I think it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. So when this goes down, it burns slightly, and you almost immediately feel dizzy. Because it's just it just hits you so hard. And sorry, my cat is distracting me. Can you stop? And yeah, it takes a sec. You have to kind of like use your other hand to just grip onto the bar real quick, just to make sure you don't fall backwards, because that's kind of how it feels. It kind of feels like you're just gonna fucking drop. But that feeling does soon go away, and there's just a pleasant aftertaste of blueberries.
Wow. Damn.
And he looks completely unaffected. He downed his the same time as you, and he looks completely unaffected.
Wow, that was incredible. Wow, I like it.
Thank you. I won't get you. I've been told that you guys are going on a long journey, so I'm not going to be getting you pissed.
Oh.
But you know,
Maybe when I come back.
nothing's stopping you from popping back this way.
Oh, absolutely. I'm coming back on my downtime.
So yeah, he has food all laid out. He will give you guys drinks if you ask for drinks. Timpot has come back down because he saw that there was food, and he does sit down and he does eat. It takes him a moment where he kind of waits until everybody else starts taking some, kind of like if he's making sure it's okay and that everyone has food first.
Aw.
And then he will go and he will take a few things of what's left. And he sits down and he eats with everyone. Surprisingly good table manners.
Sounds like both Crom and Timpot now eating. Zalin must be going wild.
Oh my god!
So where does it go?
Never you mind, dear.
Magic! Fucking magic, mate.
That is always the response that Crom will give you, by the way, whenever you ask that. Like, but I don't know what Timpot would say.
Timpot would just like start questioning it himself. He doesn't fucking know.
Oh my god, where does it go?
I don't actually know. Where does it go? He'd just start questioning it himself. Canuck does bring over you some more milk for you, Vale.
Does it go to the same place the memories go every day?
Wait, I've tried to explain this to you. That's not what happens. There's not a giant spider. We're not connected to a global web.
I think you are.
If
Where-
I was,
where
you'd
else would the
see
food go?
strand. The food gets processed and turned into energy, much like your own body. It's a similar process, slightly different, but you would digest things separately to Mog or Moxie, for instance. We're all different, but very similar in funny ways.
I just start staring at them skeptically.
It's not a spider.
It is a spider.
Yeah, you know what, Salin? They would tell you that it didn't exist, if it did.
Exactly.
Perhaps if you hear it from another Warforged, Tinpot, what do you make of this? Would you please tell her that we don't connect to a global web and upload our memories, whatever that means?
He kind of looks up. He wasn't really listening. He tilts his head and he goes. No, he tilts his head and goes. Do we really do that? I've never heard of anybody saying that we do that before.
See, we don't do this.
That you know of.
I'm pretty sure that I would know if I were doing such things.
You might be doing it subconsciously.
Well then, surely you could also be doing it subconsciously.
But I'm not a Warforge.
At this
Where do
point,
your
I'm,
memories
can-
go?
I'm not a Warforge, am I?
Oh god. Timpot just looks at Kasala and goes, "Where do your memories go?
Into my brain.
What's a brain?"
you see, brain is a fleshy thing that is the thing that makes them tick. Much like ours, very sort of arcana-based and cogs and wheels and all of that, except theirs is blood and muscles and synapses. So the doctors say, They're still discovering more and more about it every day, you see. We only know a little bit, but it is what makes people tick. Without one, people don't move.
So do we have brains?
In a sense, yes. Slightly different than theirs, though, as ours are metal and magic. And he, like, knocks his head to make it clink clink.
And they're connected to a giant web.
No, that's... You see, that's where the theories begin with you. It's not real. Our brains certainly are, but they don't connect to one another. For instance, Tin Pot, what am I thinking of right now? If we were connected, you would know.
He just stares at you and he tilts his head for a moment like he's really fucking trying. Like, he's proper, like... I mean, you're a Warforged, you know what an intense stare of another Warforged is like. He's really, really trying.
You hear like it's just in his head. It's just that screeching noise of like a modem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like... Yeah, it's basically like the sound of, like, the old modems connecting to the internet. Just the screeching bit. And probably occasionally the Windows shutdown noise.
Yeah.
But he kind of, in the end, he sits there for quite a while just staring at you with his head tilted. And then he eventually just goes, I haven't got a clue.
See?
I can't tell.
I was thinking of oregano pasta.
I was thinking of macaroni and cheese. And the fact that lasagna is just mac and cheese with a bit of meat in it.
It's all the same.
So,
I'm gonna duck
after
away
you
for
guys...
2 seconds. I will be right back.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
You know, one thing that would have been smart is writing down the name of the alcoholic beverage that I just told Lucretia what it is. Because...
You said it was called like deep something.
Go fill up your water, okay?
Because I did have it written down, and yeah, that one vanished, and I thought, oh, I'll just remember it, but the second I said it, it's fucking completely gone from my brain.
Seems like Canuck had one too many. He's already forgotten when his
Yeah,
eventually
Kenneck's already fucking forgotten, he's
Yeah,
already
he's
on like
just
his
like,
sixth one. He's basically on his sixth one, but he's a dwarf, he can hold his liquor.
Oh yeah, he can.
So where are you from, Vale?
From down south.
Is that near Port Bay?
No. Past the desert.
Oh. Is there a lot of sand there?
Yes, it is a desert.
They say sand gets everywhere.
It does.
It's coarse and irritating.
Not really one for words, are you, Vale?
No.
Well, I hate to say it, but with Tim Pot around, you're probably gonna have your work cut out for you.
Tim Pot kind of perks up and goes, oh, I've met Vale before.
Maybe
We
Tim
are
Pot.
acquainted.
Maybe Tim Pot got Vale's portion of the words.
Maybe. But you say you two have met before. Where did you two meet?
On another job I joined.
Invited or not invited, out of curiosity?
I decided to join.
I'm noticing a pattern.
Me too.
Simba, we went to this really, really, really big town. It was really, really pretty.
And what was your job in this town?
We had to take us some bandits. There was this really big underground ring thing, and it turns out that I'm really, really good at finding things in sewers. So I went down into the sewers, and I was looking around, and then I found them all, and then we attacked them all, and Vale was there too with us. And we found we attacked them all when we took the lead. This is why you should drink an energy drink. And we took the leader. We took him back up to the guards, and the guards dealt with the rest.
Yes.
They had this really big worm.
Worm?
I was told it wasn't I was told it wasn't a noodle, and I was told it was a really, really big worm.
Ah.
Sipping milk.
Yeah, I imagine Tim Pot has either got some milk or some water, because I don't think Canuck would give him alcohol. So he just kind of like gave him a tankard of water or something.
Can Warforged get drunk?
I mean, Canuck doesn't want to find out.
Just think, Zalin, if a Warforged got drunk, what would they vomit?
They wouldn't. They're resistant to poison, so it would take a bit.
You raised a good point.
Like, if a dwarf and a warforged went at it, cannot tell you who would go down first.
Oh, I would love to see this.
You'd have to convince Crom then, because there's no way in hell Canuck is letting Timpot have any alcohol.
I have a way with words. Let me talk to her now. Just playing.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with a currently normal sober Timpot. You want to deal with a hungover Timpot?
Oh dear. So tell me, Vale, have you travelled a lot in your years of adventuring?
Yes.
Ever come across people of great interest?
Yes.
I'm just gonna sit there and ponder to myself for a minute.
Vale just quietly drinks his milk and eats a little bit of the food that has been provided.
Yeah, there's a lot of food.
I am back.
And listens to the conversation of others.
Where did you go?
Simply up to go and get another drink.
Went up to the bar, spoke to Canuck.
I bet you were really transferring your memories from the day up into the great memory place.
I'm telling you, we don't do this.
Just out of curiosity, does coffee exist in this setting?
Yes, coffee exists, tea exists.
Good.
Pretty much the only thing that doesn't fully exist is carbonated beverages. So you can't get a Coke.
Oh, for shame.
But
No, Mog definitely needs a coffee though, because she still has not slept.
yeah, she was still fucking knackered for not sleeping the night before. So yeah, Canuck will, he will, oh, I hope you feel, I hope Katie feels better.
Yeah.
So yeah, he will, he'll start brewing you one, and he will ask your preferences. Milk. He has cream. It's got sugar, So he does ask all your preferences and everything and makes it how you want it.
5 shots.
He will make you 5 espresso shots if that's what you want. And then normal cup of coffee.
You were right there, Mog. That's a lot of caffeine.
Great. Doing fine.
You don't sound fine. And those bags under your eyes are looking, heavy.
You can roll me an insight check if you wish. So I'm just gonna move you guys onto this map, which is the map of the area.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mog is not looking. Mog looks knackered. She does not look like she has slept at all.
You having bad dreams? A lot on your mind?
She's gonna like twitch slightly at bad dreams, but she is just like not gonna say anything. She's just gonna pointedly like make direct eye contact as she chugs one of her coffees.
You know, Mog, bad dreams are just that.
They're just dreams. That's not bad.
No one's had any dreams. No one said anything about dreams.
Are you
How
being
about
like...
nightmares?
I'm gonna wait for a response before I finish my sentence.
I think she's gonna just turn away quite pointedly and start walking away.
I'm gonna jump on the back of Mog.
Okay. I think you've got a pretty high dexterity, haven't you?
17.
Yeah. Like Mog is exhausted, so it's probably pretty easy.
All right,
gonna-
Mog. What's going on?
I'm going to use this little cockatrice to point out where you currently are. You guys are basically at the tavern, like here on the crossroads.
Hello, cockatrice.
Yay.
Cockatrice.
The navigation
Come on.
cockatrice.
What's going on?
Mog, you
Talk
now
to
have
us.
you now have a Lucretia clinging to
You
your
now have
back.
an elf on your back.
Do I have to roll to see if I stay upright?
Yeah, because you're exhausted.
Oh god.
So yeah, it will be a dexterity save, which if I remember rightly, is at disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Oh.
just you spill a
yeah.
bit of your coffee.
Oh, she ain't happy about that. She needs that coffee.
Alright, go on, Mog. Spill it.
Don't say that. You might just drop the coffee.
No, not the coffee.
Spill it on your head. Doing fine.
You were
Just a rough night. Nothing else happened.
Mog. If you like, we can take a step outside. Like, we can talk about this, just the two of us. Not everyone has to know if you don't want if you don't want all of us to worry about you, but we're your friends.
She's gonna like, for the tiniest second, get a little flash of a smile, and she's like stone-faced again. But she just sort of very softly say, I'm good. I'll let you know if it changes."
Oh, damn it, I can't force you to talk about it. But, Mog, I'm worried about you.
I can handle it. Everything will be fine.
Roll me a deception check. With disadvantage because you're exhausted.
That's right, I've just left it on permanently at this point. Oh god, I've just seen a deception.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
The coffee has somehow given you the ability to bullshit that.
2 19s. Wow.
Alright, Mog. If you're sure. But remember, if you need us, you just only have to ask for it.
Can Vale roll insight?
Yeah.
Just as a spectator in this and
I'll tell you what you.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1. I am
Mog-
not paying attention.
The Mog
That
looks a
is
bit
so
grumpy.
fancy. How on earth did you do that?
That's because I'm a DM.
Oh.
Tis
I'm
our
cursed.
curse.
Yeah, Stru's also not rolling from a character sheet on the game.
Ah.
They're rolling from D&D Beyond with the really, really handy Beyond 20 extension. It's just how I roll Tim Pop, but mine comes up differently.
Gotcha.
So yeah, to you, I mean, you've met half-orcs. Mog just looks like a pretty grumpy half-orc.
I mean, to be fair, that is accurate.
Yeah.
It's still sitting there expressionless, just drinking my milk.
I'm
Tim
gonna
Pop is
climb
watching,
up,
but isn't doing anything.
get them a little pat on the back, and then I'll just like walk away slowly.
Once everybody has finished eating, though, Tim Pot will start collecting plates.
Aw.
Then cutlery and stuff in general. You know, start placing them on the bar. And he reaches behind and he grabs a cloth and goes to clean up that coffee.
Cromon seeing this is like, oh, what good manners. Here, let me help. And he'll get up and start helping him and doing the same sort of things.
Yeah, Tim Pot started essentially, you know, putting things together. Canuck's gonna come out and it's like, I mean, I can do it. You know, it's my tavern.
And we are your happy and helpful guests. It's no bother. You prepared all this feast for us. It is the least that we can do.
Well, then I have to let Bison know that he's got some very very polite team members, and some of them, and some of you. And he gives you a smile. He takes the plates back out into the kitchen, and once Tim Pot's finished cleaning up that stain and such, he puts the cloth back, folds it up nicely. And pretty much throughout your time eating, the sky outside has gotten darker. The rain is coming down a bit more now. Just fucking gifts. I need to stop swapping back there. So yeah, the rain is coming down a bit more now, so it's kind of nice that you guys aren't tenting it tonight. We're gonna just turn the music down a bit because it's in my ear a little bit loud for some reason. And once everybody has finished consuming and finished talking, and Tim Pot's finished cleaning.
I've just seen all the gifts in the chat.
Yeah, I keep scrolling.
Hilarious.
It keeps lighting up, but I've got the group on mute usually when I play, because otherwise it keeps going off. But every now and then I just see it and I'm like, what the fuck? This is every now and then I just like glance in there and it's like, oh.
That's funny.
But I can't look at it too much because I lose my train of thought. Yeah, Canuck will take you upstairs, and he will pretty much just hand out keys to the line of rooms. You guys can decide if you really want. You can decide which room you're in. It doesn't really matter, you know. But he does say, you know, that each room's got 2 beds in. So if you want to stay in a room with someone else, you're welcome to. Bison wasn't specific, so he basically just set up rooms for 1 each.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do want to share rooms, feel free. I'm gonna have to skip a little bit now because that bit was for Moxie. But that's okay. I will send it over in a message. Oh. But as time goes on, it gets dark. Does anybody want to do anything before you go to bed? Any preparations, whatever you want to do?
Crom is going to check in on everyone before they sort of like go in for bed and like say goodnight to everyone and stuff like that.
Come in, read him a bedtime story.
yeah, you know, tuck him in, give him a kiss on
Kiss
the
on the
head.
forehead.
Yeah. But when he gets to Morg,
Calling everyone slugger.
yeah, basically, you'll get him tomorrow, champ.
Close the curtains.
Yeah.
Check under the bed for monsters.
Still
There's a
not
giant
there.
rat. Roll initiative.
Ooh. Shoo shoo. But he's gonna get to sort of Mog and just be like, make sure that you close the curtains nice and tight. You do look a little tired. Are you okay? You know that we can talk Warforged to Orc.
I am going to go crash outside.
Well, you know as best as I do, I will be making sure that we're all nice and safe. Yourself included, okay?
Okay.
Good
She
night.
does seem like notably more reluctant to talk to Crom.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
he kind of knows this, and he's just like, how do I talk to a teenager? Like,
How
I
do you
can
do,
this.
fellow kids?
Yes.
This 30-year-old teenager.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think she's older than that.
Basically.
This 42-year-old teenager.
Yeah.
You know, I am down with it. If you're picking up what I am putting down.
I can talk as cool as all of you, you know.
If we have just a chat, we can yeet those thoughts away.
We can hang and such.
Stabs randomly.
Do people still hang?
How? Oh dear. How thin are the walls in this inn?
I mean, rooms like in these days anyway weren't massively thick. Well, they're thick enough that you can't hear people talking through them, but if someone was to scream or shout, you'd definitely hear it.
Alright, no worries. That answered my question.
If someone fell out of bed, you'd probably hear the boom as well. Yeah, basically. How do you do, fellow kids?
And yeah, as she kind of moves away, he looks as though he wants to say something encouraging or nice, and he just doesn't know how to say it to her, and he's just like, good night then.
Good night.
Okay, so Mog's gonna sleep outside.
Does the rain let up at all?
No, it's still slinging it down. As the nights, as the days progressed into the evening, it started as a very light trickle, and it is currently chucking it.
Sometime late before bed, before he goes to bed, Vale will go out and use shape water to keep the rain off of him. And hold out his, like, it's like a black marble orb, but like the variations in the light colors like go to make like constellations surrounding the orb, and it lights up, and he communes with it a little bit. The sky's clouded, so you know it's hard to see the stars exactly, but just enjoys the outside for a moment before eventually heading into bed, which I suppose Mog would see.
Even though you can't see the stars, you know they're there, and that's enough of a comfort. And you're communing. You feel like you feel like it's a calming feeling. And as you're doing it, even when your shape water kind of wears off slightly, it does feel like the rain is slightly avoiding you.
I
Like it's
continue
stinging
casting its a cantrip.
Yeah, you're concentrating on two things.
I never stop.
Okay. And you'll probably see Mog outside at that point then.
Yeah, I assume Mog sees all of this. You see it kind of the marble orb glow, and the constellations almost like glow off of it.
Yeah, Mog is like 50-50 on whether she's hallucinating or not at this point.
Yeah, the tavern itself does have a bit of like an awning outside, so are you sleeping under that, or are you just gonna sleep in the fucking rain?
She'll probably just like find a tree that's got enough shelter to.
So
Yeah,
Arlene's just
go
out in
on
it like she's sunbathing.
I mean, she's not that bothered about rain, to be honest. So it's like in a
Crumbs
a
tucks
damp
Zalin
area.
in, and Zalin's immediately snuck out to go out in the rain.
Hey now.
Why is everybody going out in the rain?
He's like, I supply beds for them, they choose the rain. Well, fuck yeah.
It's cold, it's wet, and it gets everywhere.
Crumb, if you're checking on everyone, when you get to Tim Pot's room, you notice he's essentially remade the bed, and he's cleaning the room up. I mean, these rooms aren't filthy or anything, but you know, tiny little bit of dust, and he is.
Yeah.
He's like in clean mode right now.
And he goes, it's not often I have company during these hours. Want to go for a walk?
I mean, we can do. It's very, very wet though, so we have to be careful because it's very, very slippery.
Yes, and we must be quiet because Mock needs her rest, you see. She sleeps out there in the, well, it is raining at the moment, but she's one with nature, one of those folks, you know?
Yeah, I used to know somebody who did that once. I'm going to assume you've already tucked Lucretia in.
Oh, absolutely. he's checked on everyone, and now he's kind of come to Tin Pot, and he's just like, yeah, he offers him a walk, and just like
Yeah,
a
Tin Pot will
general
take a walk.
chat. He's just like, yeah, I am fascinated to know. Have you ever heard of Clink before?
Clink. No, I'm not really from around here, so I don't really know anything about all the stuff in the area. I just know where I've been taken.
Ah, I see. And where are you from, may I ask? Perhaps the Forged Isles?
Drew, what's your world called again? if it had a name.
It's been several years.
Do I have Tim Pot's notes? I think I do. Let me just check to see if it has a name, otherwise I'm just
Yeah.
gonna make something up. Because, yeah, he's not from this area.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many notes, why did I keep them all? Yeah, I can't
Because
blame you, it was 2019.
It's important.
Yeah.
I have them written down in a notebook somewhere. But I don't know where that notebook is.
Okay, so that's where we started, the Lively Spoon.
When we resume D&D sessions in person eventually, I want to get a journal and bring it with me and write like loads of stuff down.
Oh my
This is
God,
really,
yes.
this is really cool journals you can get that you can like.
Yeah, I've seen them on Amazon, but they're so expensive. I'm like, damn. I want to get like one of the old like leathery looking ones that's really worn and.
Portia.
Oh,
Portia.
That was the city, yeah.
So I'm just gonna say it's from there.
Mhm.
So yeah, Tim Pot will just when you ask him where he's from, he just says, "Well, I'm actually from this place. It's a tower on an island, and the tower is invisible, and nobody knows we're really, really there, and we have to take a boat to get over. But I usually explore around. I explored around Portia for a very long time, so I guess I'm from nearby there."
Portia? Oh, well, I must say I've never heard of that myself before, and I've been quite a ways, you know, quite the traveller in my times. But still, that sounds like an exciting place to be. And yes, you've never heard of Clink before. I think you might like him. Here, and he sort of fishes around his bandoliers a little bit, and then he pulls out a little, again, like what he gave to Shield. It's just a little token of Clink, the little cog badge.
Yeah.
And he goes, you see, Clink is a very special being. He is a deity, or a god, if you will, for us Warforged. And he kind of like does the like tiny punch on on Tin Pot's arm at that point, and like he's Warforged smiling.
He is solid. Just to point out, like, you do the gentle nudge, and it's not like a soft leather or something there. It's just solid.
No, absolutely. Like Crom himself is also solid, so it's just kind of like bonk.
Yeah. Considering what's going on, like considering things, Tempo feels more solid than you.
Oh my god.
But,
he takes
yeah,
note
he
of
won't-
that.
Like it's like nudging like a massive fucking metal tank.
Like,
Yeah, he takes it. He tilts his head and he goes, "So who is Clink? How do I meet Clink?"
Well, you see, Clink is someone who will show himself up to you whenever you are in need, if you so call upon his name. And what I usually do is I send a little prayer while I'm also sending a prayer to Gyros. He is also a very, very swell deity who I will tell you all about another time. But for now, I'd like you to learn of Clink. As I think that it is important for us Warforged to, stick together and all enjoy our culture and part of our origins even.
Salin's just like at the window taking notes, but also theorising that the messages to Clink and Gyros are sent via a tiny blue bird.
I'm gonna do a quick perception check.
Okay.
Let me just see here. There it is. Go to bed, Zalin!
I mean, Darlin's rain bathing right now.
And he'll see her doing this and just be like, "Come now, you should not be up at this time. I sent you to bed. You must rest."
I am resting.
No, you are not. Up to bed immediately, please.
I just kind of like duck out of view, but don't actually go anywhere.
2 seconds.
Roll me a stealth check to see how well you're managing to hide from their view. Oh, yeah, Crum, you can still see.
Yes, absolutely.
She's still fucking there. Yeah, she's ducked down, and then immediately you just see the top of her head come back up again.
just like the eyes above the windowsill,
Yeah.
Yeah,
looking in. Like,
you can just see the fins.
He does a move which Zalin is now starting to become familiar with. He folds his arms and he starts to tap his toes. And he goes, "I can still see you."
Timpot watches you do this for a second, and then he copies your movements.
Amazing.
Not the tapping of the foot, because he kind of can't mentally do both of them at once. But he does. He crosses his arms and he tilts his head slightly.
what floor are you on?
I suppose we've sort of walked around and wherever you were. So like you just said that you were at the window. You were rain bathing before this, so like
Probably downstairs in just the main inn
Yeah.
area.
yeah.
Because I mean, there's no one else down there. Like Canuck's washing up. So
And I doubt Crom really wants to go out and get his clothes wet.
also, it'd be a bit rude to come in and soak up,
Yeah, right.
soaking wet, and just come and sleep in a bed.
So like the downstairs inn part.
I just go to a different window.
And at this he goes, "Just a moment, Tin Pot. I will resume our conversation in just a moment." And he walks over to Zalin and like picks her up and goes, "Your trickery and games can wait until the morning. You need rest, whereas I do not." And he takes her up to bed.
Tucks her in real tight. Duvet wrapped right onto the mattress.
Take
She
that
ain't going anywhere.
take that hempen rope out and wrap it around.
I try to wriggle out.
The arcane fucking lock spell on the door.
Would that be like a strength or dexterity check?
I mean, I don't think Crom's gonna hurt you, like force you into bed. He'd probably just take you up to your room.
Yeah.
So he took you up to he took you up to the room. Soaking wet. If you were wearing your clothes, then clothes are also soaking wet.
Which I suppose for you is fine.
Yeah. Tim Pot downstairs has immediately started clearing up the wet. As you've walked on upstairs, Tim Pot's got a cloth and he's currently sorting it out because he doesn't know where the mop is.
Yeah.
So he's just clearing up the drips.
And he
Make sure it's not a hazard.
He lets out like a verbal sigh, as in like he sighs.
He just goes, "Hair."
Yeah, right. Like, and he goes, "Zalin, I know that you're excited, and I know that you want to learn as much as you can about me and my culture and my people, and I am more than willing to let you know. But we have a big adventure tomorrow, and if you don't go to bed at a reasonable time and get a reasonable amount of sleep, you are going to be exhausted tomorrow. And we don't want that, do we? You'll start to aim funny, or you'll start to feel unhappy, or your tummy will hurt. And I remember the last time your tummy hurt. It wasn't nice, was it?"
Fine.
"Thank you, Zalin. I will tell you about Clink tomorrow, if you do go to bed."
Okay.
"There's a good girl. I shall see you in the morning, and as I said, I will keep you all protected during the night." And like, after sort of like seeing you off and closing the door, he just sort of turns around and has like a "I'm such a good father" figure like moment to himself.
Great dad.
"I'm a great dad." And like makes his way down to the back downstairs again, and he's just like, "Oh heavens, you've cleaned up and all. You know, that's very, very kind of you, Tin Pot."
Well, I like to make sure places are clean because this is what I used to do for my master, so it's just something I just used to doing.
Yes. Well, no need for anyone to control you here, though, and you're free to do what you want, remember? It's nice to be able to do what you want, don't you think?
Let me just. He tilts his head.
That's
Doesn't
sweet,
kind of fully register what you're telling him. He just gives you like a very, like when someone nods at you, but they didn't really listen, like hear what you said. They're just nodding because they don't want to ask you to repeat it again. He kind of gives you one of those kind of nods, where it's like, yeah, yeah.
And he, on seeing this, he's going to sort of look around and go, "There are people who don't treat us very nice. We don't have to be like that, or live like that, or live with that. If ever you need help, you have a fellow warforged friend in me, my friend." And he puts his hand on Tin Pot's shoulder and sort of looks his single eye into Tin Pot's eyes.
I mean, the thing with Tim Pot is it doesn't look like anything's at home, but he does nod and he says, "I know there are lots of people that are really, really mean, but there are also a lot of people that are really, really nice."
Oh. Sorry, you cut out just a sec there, so I missed like most of that.
Of course. Yeah. So he looks at you. He's a bit vacant behind the eyes, but he does nod and he does say, "I know there are lots of people that are really, really, really mean, but there are also a lot of people that are really, really nice."
Yes, indeed. Come, let's do a patrol, and I'll talk to you more about Clink. And he sort of does throughout the night go through the entire like, this is what Clink's about, this is who he is, this is where we worship him, and this is how you summon him, kind of thing. And sometimes he has a blue tail, and sometimes it's a red tail. Now people theorize that this is because of gender, but I'm not so sure myself. I think it's a sort of a mood thing, you know? Like, maybe there's more colours. We just don't know yet, and that's the best part about it.
That's amazing. He's he is listening to you talking. You you can't confirm if he is guessing everything, but you can see he's trying. Um, if you have any sort of like reading on or anything, he can't fucking read, and he will. Like, if you gave it to him, you can immediately probably tell by the way he acts with a book. Like, he tries. Like, he has attempts. You know, he can say a few words. He can read a few words,
You'll
but
put an attempted.
he will put an attempted. But you know, Bari and Erin did teach him a little bit of how to read, so he does try. He's got a few. He's getting a few words down, but
He,
yeah.
on seeing this, at least teaches him the word clink. And he's like, if you see that, that's usually a good thing.
Yeah, he learns better with pictures, probably.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like a picture of like what people think, like what people have seen clink as.
Yeah. Okay. Mog. As you lay outside by your tree, still exhausted from the previous night, you listen to the rain falling down around you, and your mind wanders to your past, your parents, your life choices. You reminisce for a moment, before you suddenly realize that you cannot hear the rain anymore. Looking around, you can't see it. Everything around you is gone, and you're sitting in darkness. And then there it is again, that low chuckle in your ears. There's a burning sensation on your back as the chuckle gets louder and louder before that ever-shifting form you used to see very often appears. Eyes locked with yours as it approaches. Why do you stay with them, little Mog? You know they'll turn their backs on you the moment they know who you serve. Why not just get it over with? The scene changes around you. You're standing in front of the guild in Biden. This is the trigger warning part, by the way, if anybody wants to duck. Taking a step in, your eyes dart around you as you see the motionless forms of Lucis and Q draped over the bar, tables and chairs thrown and destroyed everywhere. Your body moves almost by itself as you rush into the guild room. The area completely torn apart, and in the middle of the room is the armoured body of Crom. Face down nearby is Bison. Behind them are the others, Zarlin up against the back wall, Moxie and Lucretia on opposite sides of the rooms. In a panic, you run back out into the street, only to find yourself in darkness once again. And then suddenly you are falling. The nothing around you slowly gaining small balls of light before you land on what seems like cobblestones. Looking up, there is a figure ahead of you, arms stretched out and gripping onto chains, their head lowered. The formless Vire lands beside you and whispers into your ear. All you have to do is the right thing when the time comes, Mog, and I'll make sure all of your friends live. That doesn't sound too hard, does it? Besides, he's evil anyway. You'll be doing the world a service. As you continue to watch, it's almost like you're spectating yourself as you see your body step towards the being, a dagger suddenly in your hands. The form doesn't move as you raise it, and you bring your hand down hard. The form's arms drop to their sides, the chains clattering to the ground before the body joins suit. Vaya laughs next to you and just says, "See, it's simple. Now don't fail me, Mog." The two beings around you vanish in wisps of smoke. The sound of the rain slowly returns, and you find yourself once again under the tree. Except now you can feel something in your hand. It's a dagger. The blade is sharp and made into marbled Damascus steel. The hilt is silver, and it has black and purple stones embedded onto it. And I will send you the thing for that. So, scroll down. Okay, so this is for you. Yeah, I took a lot of that out in case it wasn't noticeable. And finally, Lucretia.
Yes.
Another night, and you find yourself in that street once again. You can see the banners and the celebration decorations around you. You can hear the cheers and the laughter of children, but there is nobody around. Like before, you continue to walk. However, this time every step you take echoes, and as the voices slowly fade away behind you, it's replaced with another sound. It starts off as a low rumble, but soon focuses in your mind into a deep, cold laugh. Ahead of you, you see the figure again. Their hands out as they tightly grip onto the chains, one amber eye and one purple. They are looking directly at you and they're shaking their head. A movement they do not stop as you find yourself stepping to the side and seemingly phasing through the chain so that you're walking around and you're looking at their back. What you see is several dark daggers deeply embedded into the skin. A black liquid trickling down and dripping onto the floor. As you stare, another one is suddenly jammed in from nowhere. The body jerks forward and the head looks up. But there's no scream, and they immediately go back to shaking their head. The unseen attacker chuckles, and you find yourself immediately looking at a blurred, smoky form. Two green eyes staring at you. It takes a step back and it gestures to the daggers in the body. Which is, like I said, still shaking his head. And it gives it a moment before it speaks, even though it doesn't seem to have a mouth. Pretty, are they not? Why don't you take one as a keepsake? What do you do?
I'm gonna take one.
Okay. As you grab a dagger and rip it out, the form jerks again, but this time it screams. And it is a piercing noise that fills your ears, along with the other being that's laughing its head off. You feel something suddenly grip your hand, and looking down, the dagger is extruding dark tendrils that are enveloping your arm. The screams are soon drowned out by the laughter, and that voice again fills your ears. Contract made. Welcome to the fun side, Lucretia. And you suddenly awaken in your bed, a full memory of what transpired, and the dream you had prior as well. But that feeling of a presence you had before is gone. Looking down at your shadow, that form is no longer there. And in your hand is the dagger you pulled, that essentially looks exactly like the one that Mog now has, which I'll send you in a minute.
Yep.
Except with yours, the stones are emeralds, and between them there is a marking of an hourglass with an X through it. So I will quickly send you.
Can you send me that whole thing as well, so I can make a note of it?
Yep.
Beautiful.
I'll send you what the dagger is first.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. I've got to make sure I missed certain things. Okay. So we're missing that bit, we're missing that bit. So that's... So essentially, Mog and Lucretia... Oh, I need to send us 2 messages, because it's too fucking long.
I didn't
You
realize that was a
both-
feature before.
You both essentially have gained these daggers. And you've essentially woken up. It's near the morning. The sun is coming up, but you could probably get a little bit of sleep if you wished.
Is it still raining out?
No, the rain has... like, Mog woke up a couple hours prior and it was, but the rain is letting up now. Mog, did you go back to sleep?
To attempt to at least get a little bit of sleep. Though she
Okay.
isn't like proper deep sleeping.
Yeah, as long as you get your long rest in,
Yeah.
you can get rid of it. Yeah, so I mean after that, after that when you wake up, you're one like it doesn't feel like you were it doesn't feel like you were out for too long looking at the place around you because it was still dark and it was still chucking it down. So if you go back to sleep, your sleep is normal. And then Lucretia's one, yours happened a bit later, so it's coming up to sunrise now.
That's fine. I'm not gonna worry the sleep because I only need 4 hours to count it as a long rest.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go sit on the roof and just really ponder everything that just happened and just look at this dagger, really.
Like I said, your shadow is yours again. The creature that was with you is gone.
I miss him already.
And I shall remove my exhaustion from my inventory.
Yay!
You've
Welcome
both
back to the land of the living.
You've both gained some pretty daggers.
Yes, probably horribly cursed daggers, but
Okay. Crumb.
My
At some
children
point
are great.
At some point in the night,
Yeah.
whilst you are wandering around, you hear a little chiming noise, which, being the follower you are, you know that's the noise of Clink.
Is Tim Pot with me?
Probably. I mean, I don't know if you're going to let him go out of your sight.
Probably not, no.
Yeah, so Timpot is probably with you. He doesn't react.
Okay. He's gonna look around and just be like, wait, a moment, please.
Timpot basically freezes in place. Yeah, behind you on a little, on one of the drawer units, is Clink.
He drops to his knee immediately, like as softly and immediately as he can, because he knows it's the middle of the night.
Yeah, just in case, for everyone who knows, Clink is very small. Clink is about the size of about 2d20 stacked up. He's very small. It is holding a little scroll. And it's standing there with a little scroll in its hands.
he has his like hand on his chest and he goes, why of course, and he takes it, like he holds his tiny little, like his finger out to this tiny deity and he takes the tiny scroll.
He will hand you the tiny scroll. It is the paper is kind of you've had messages from Clink before. It's kind of like a soft silver coloured paper. And it just says on it, Titaran needs help.
And he goes, interesting. Oh, not sure he can see you right now. May I?
He nods.
And he goes, Tin Pot, behold. And he gestures to where Clink is.
Tin Pot will come over and he go, "Oh, hello." Like immediate, you can see he can see him. Like immediately.
Yeah. This
And-
is Clink.
There is like a moment where the two are looking at each other and they're having a conversation. Like Tin Pot's saying one half, but you can't hear Clink's half.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a very short back and forth of just like, you know, how are you? Crom told me about you. And then it's like eventually it's like, I hope to see you again.
Mhm.
And before Clink goes, he looks back at you, and he waves his little metallic-y arms around, and produces a coin,
Mhm.
which he hands out to you.
And he takes it and looks at it and then looks at Clink.
And then he gives you a little bow, and he vanishes. And as usual, the small little parchment vanishes as well.
Yeah.
The coin is a gold coin, and it's got a very unique design on it. On one side, there is an hourglass, similar to the one you saw on the book. And on the other side, there is an image of two chains running parallel to one another, with two wings underneath. One being a flat wing shape, and the other being more detailed with sharp metal-looking feathers. And I will send you what this is.
Yeah. We're all talking to gods tonight.
Just about.
There we go.
Thank you.
That is what you have been given. And as you straighten up and look at this coin, roll me a perception check real quick.
Yeah, of course. Let me just get that up. Perception. Oh my god.
Oh god. Okay, so it takes you a bit longer than it would have. But you know, as you're looking at this coin, a bit of movement catches your eye, and as you look down, your shadow is like a curled up ball of a person, kind of like they're curled up in the fetal position.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, I say, my boy, can you see what I'm seeing? And he just sort of is like looking at Tin Pot and then looking at the shadow and then looking at Tin Pot and then at the shadow.
Tin Pot kind of does the same when he looks at the shadow, looks at you, and he just shakes his head. Just goes, "That's your shadow."
Well, yes, but is it in a different shape? Or is that my eye?
I mean, it's slightly searched, but it still looks like you. It's very obvious he cannot see this.
Yeah. He goes, yes, you're right, my boy. Silly me. It's just a trick of the light, isn't it? And he keeps his, like, eye on this, like, shadow, and he looks at the coin, and he gets it.
And then, as quickly as it happened, the morning rolls around. The sun beams in through the gaps in the curtains, or through the leaves in the trees for you, Mog. The rain has entirely stopped. And the inn is now filled with the smell of fresh bread again. Downstairs, eventually, if you guys head up, Canuck will set up coffee, tea, milk, and some still warm pastries for you guys to come down and have in the morning.
Crom is going to pretend like the night was normal and fine, and is just very merry and cheery with everyone. And he is, like, tucked away the coin in one of his safest, like, pouches, or, like, areas of keeping things. One of the ones that no one knows where it is.
To everybody else, Crom's shadow looks normal, just kind of like with Lucretia's shadow, where nobody could see it. Although, Zarlin, could you roll me a quick perception? Considering you also follow Clink. Yeah, okay, it looks normal to you as well.
You see
Look at
the
those
web
nat ones.
that's connecting both Tin Pot and myself.
It turns out it's literally just a spider web they
yeah.
walked into and used.
yeah.
Look at those fucking sexy red ones.
I know, right? What's going on?
So yeah, the morning is around. Are you coming in for breakfast, Mog? There's coffee.
She'll drag herself in for the coffee.
There's coffee. There's milk.
We
There's
shake
tea.
the pot at the door.
Come on, Mog. Come.
Well, I hope everyone got a good night's rest.
Yeah, Canuck has put a couple of espressos out for you, Mog. Yeah, so morning comes around. You can discuss things over breakfast if you wish.
Vale comes down very late. Like, almost like everybody's pretty much done, and then Vale comes down and gets a cup of milk and a pastry.
Aww.
I won't join. For
Yeah, there will be
breakfast.
like. Yeah, there will be plenty of them, and Canuck every now and then will bring some more out. And there's lots of different types of pastry. Some of them are pretty much like the same sweetbread, but they're in different shapes. So there's a couple like in the shape of a little cat head. Some of them are kind of like twirled up in a knot. But then there are some with like honey on them and some cinnamon in them and little bits like that. You can tell he probably has a lot of time on his hands, being here at the inn. So yeah, after breakfast, I guess, are you guys all packing up, ready to go then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Vale comes down, packed up, ready to go.
Aww.
Like, he has his little pack with him.
Okay. Well, on the way out, Canuck gives Lucretia. He gives you what looks like a potion vial, except it's really obviously full of that liquor.
I'm gonna like just put it in my cloak and be like, thank you very, very much. I'm gonna need this.
He just gives you a wink and then looks at everyone and goes, "Have a good journey. I hope to see you on your way back."
Oh, we'll be stopping.
Oh God, we'll be stopping.
It was an absolute pleasure. Your hospitality has been much appreciated.
Well, I'll be here. So have a good one. Don't you die. I mean it.
Not on
And I'll
my
see you.
watch.
And I'll see you in a while. And he waves you off as you guys head on to the next part of your journey.
Awesome.
And that is where we will be leaving it tonight.
All right. I'm collecting gods. Much
Yeah,
as a paladin is
Lucretia
wont
just-
to do.
Lucretia just fucked one up.
I know, right? What did you do?
Hey, I didn't know who it was.
I mean, Titarum was shaking his head.
Well, technically I was doing him a service by pulling one out.
You
Release.
just made a contract with the fucking demon. So now I get to have fun with you as well.
It'll be fine.
Hey, that's
Join
fine,
the club.
Everyone in the end of this is going to be like neutral evil.
So,
Everyone's joining the Vi Club.
did Tin Pot and Crom have the same dream then?
No, Tim Potts, they didn't dream it.
Yeah, no,
Fair.
we had a chat with
Because
with
Warforged
Clink.
don't sleep, because Warforged don't sleep, Clink physically appears to them.
Literally just showed up.
They were just, yeah, they were probably just sitting downstairs having like a tankard of milk or something, and he's just turned up.
So what you're saying is you shared a vision.
It's not exactly a shared vision if we both see it at the same time. You and I are looking at the same barrel. That is not a shared vision. It's not an interweb.
I continue to stare skeptically.
Just because two Warforged have seen the same thing, we're looking at the same thing right now.
Yeah, but the thing we're looking at isn't a deity.
No, but and besides that, you have seen Clink. Well, have you seen Clink?
Have I seen Clink?
You worship Clink, don't you?
Yeah.
How strongly do you worship Clink? Like, do you pray to Clink? Anything
Have
like
you
that?
ever been visited by Clink? He does visit people.
Here's
He's
Clink,
not
by
like
the way.
other gods where you have to, close your eyes and pray and get a vision. But
He's a little
he's real. He shows up. He just
Yeah.
forms out of this gooey, very hot metal.
Yeah, for anybody who's watching, yes, that is a Meltan. And no, I don't care. Clink, like, Meltan is fucking adorable, and he's a god now. Shush. He is a little demigod. And I also nicked another Pokemon's name to name him.
Oh. He's dead.
Huh?
Yes, you did. And you cut out just for a sec there for us.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, I heard Sam the whole time.
Yeah.
It's you! Yeah, that's for your audience. That's what Clink looks like. I don't have pictures of Vi because Vi's form changes every time. So they mostly just appear as, like, a blurred mess with eyes. But yeah, there's Clink. That's a shiny Clink. But I like it when no blue tail. But yeah, if Zardin, like, actually, prays to Clink and asks for advice and shit, then yeah, you would have seen Clink. Clink probably has appeared to you at least once.
Oh, fair enough.
Because Clink isn't just for Warforged. Clink originally helps a lot of Warforged because, he's a little being of knowledge, and the whole reason he physically appears is because of the fact that Warforged don't sleep. So, yeah, he does physically appear. And he gives little notes, because he can't actually
But in
speak.
that case then, would it only appear to Zolin in dreams?
No, he would still appear to you physically.
Like maybe you were in your workshop and one of your nuts just like stands up and then becomes Clink.
Yeah, or there's like there's this noise that Clink makes. It's like a little ringing bell sound. Like little chiming of a bell, and that's essentially.
Ding dong bing bong.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So if you're gonna be seeing it, I'm just gonna go Zarlin, ding dong bing bong.
Yes.
It's Clink o'clock, motherfucker.
There he
Well,
is.
it was nice playing with you guys. I gotta go feed my cats.
Yeah, I've got to go soon as well because we're actually gonna have our Saturday game today in a minute.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
Wow.
Yeah, you go feed kitty bums.
Thanks
Give
for
love to
playing.
the Muppet.
No worries. Thanks for playing. Hopefully you come again next week.
Oh, I'm sure she will be. You have Veil now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Stu was telling me about this idea, I was like, that's gonna be hilarious. You just turning up and going, yeah, I'm joining you now. There's no how it usually is. It's like, hi, yeah, where are you guys going? Oh, can I join you? No, I'm here. Tough.
Well, they had the guild crest. That was enough for me.
Veil is a part of the guild.
Yeah,
That's why
that was
Tim
good
Pot
enough.
knows him. Tim Pot does know some guild members. Yeah, we literally thought this up like last night because we meant to have the Saturday game obviously on Saturday, but one of the players didn't show up.
Oh.
So yeah, we couldn't get hold of him. They were calling him and texting him. He didn't show up. Turns out he'd fallen asleep.
Oh. Great.
Yeah, he turns out he'd fallen asleep and then he'd gone to drive his girlfriend to work or something. But yeah, so we rescheduled it for today, and we were just I was telling her about my game, and it was like, yeah, do you want? Because Stu mentioned that they haven't been a player for a while. They're usually always a DM, so I was like, I mean, do you want to pop in? You can pop in and out of my game if you want. Don't bother me none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than happy.
Oh, you sit there. You stop turning away. Cat keeps nudging my fan.
Oh no.
Can't have it, it's mine. But yeah, Stu's gonna go through the kitties
JK.
and then
JK.
kick it.
JK.
I wonder if we'll get a cat cam.
Yeah, where's the munch?
We need cat cams.
We'll
Where's
get
the
her up here
munch?
eventually.
Yeah, she's still very much like she doesn't like The Office.
Oh, yeah,
Aw.
give her some time.
Yeah. We
She's
have
still
got a
having a sulk.
yeah, we have got a new cat tree for her, which I spent this morning assembling.
The cat condominium.
Oh yeah, it's got a cat condo on it.
Oh.
She's a property owner now.
Yeah. Literally, the instructions said it was a cat condo.
She's only
So
been there
I'm
for about a
like,
week
oh.
and she's already in property.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
she's investing for the future.
She's got 2 properties. She's got her first property and the
She's
extra
getting
one,
old.
the
Start-
second home that isn't in Cornwall.
She needs to start investing. She's getting old.
She don't even stay in this second home.
But we get Waitrose deliveries to it every now and then. It's
Every now and then the Zoo Plus delivery, alright?
yeah, don't know why.
I hope Keki's alright, by the way.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just had a bit of a upset stomach, so she went to go lay down.
Hmm.
Probably gonna be all right. Just needs to sleep it off.
Yeah, she can have her dream bit. She can have it next
Yeah,
time. It's no rush. I probably should have split these out a bit more, but
it's all right.
there's important ones because Vi's a dick.
Busy night
You
with
just
the
want us
Doozies.
all to have disadvantages, don't you, permanently, going forward? Just no sleep for everyone, let's just keep going.
I mean, you
no,
don't.
no, apparently I slept like a baby.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
apparently...
tonight you did. Yeah.
Yeah, you were fine.
Couldn't have it. I couldn't have one for everyone in one
Has-
fucking night.
Oh,
I had a torch under the bed covers writing in my notebook.
Writing what you noticed about Clink and Timber. I also love the fact that you've barely known Timpot for like 24 hours and you're already turning him to God. Like, it's less than 24 hours and Crom is already giving him lessons on Clink.
Look, right. He's not from round here.
He's
He
really
wants
not.
to
He's,
spread the joy.
I don't even know how he got to the region.
He's
I'm-
Timpot. That's how.
Yeah, that's how. He stumbled onto a boat and the boat went one place and then he stumbled off that boat and stumbled onto another boat. An airship was probably part of it as well. And the next thing you know, he's in a war.
Nah, there's no war in Ba Sing Se.
Turns out that Timpot was part of the fucking war effort.
Yeah. And you were there, and you were there, and I've never met you before.
And then there's this other one here, another one there. That would, like, if Timpot started talking about the war and Crum's like, how do you know about the war? Zarlin's going to be like, you read his memories. You can do it.
No. I like to imagine that every now and then there's like notes that show up next to Zalin's notebook that's just like encouraging fact, like actual facts, actual Warforged facts. Like, did you know that we don't connect? However, we could change our
That's
fingers.
That's just like, it's just Clink. That's how Clink talks to Zarlin through Warforged facts.
Every now and then,
To
Solin
to
opens up a
unsubscribe
notebook.
from Warforged Facts, text stopped.
Yeah.
Opens up the notebook. There's it's like occasionally written above a fact. Citation needed.
Did you know Warforged originally originated in Eberron? It just keeps going. It's like the first Warforged was named insert name here. I can't remember at the top of my head. You go through notebooks like hell because they just fill up with facts. Okay, I am gonna have to run.
Okay.
Alrighty.
No
Thank
worries.
you for the game.
Yeah,
Because
thank you for the
I'm now going to my other game.
Yes, yeah, no, enjoy.
bruh, I'm gonna go play with some bees.
Bruh.
Yeah,
It's time for the bee forge, bruh.
it's Maxie's bruh.
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 Did you know
Bruh.
bees, they produce about a teaspoon of honey in their lifetime?
Whoa.
Heavy.
I did the other day because a wisp shot me in the back. I got to turn around and go, that's not cool.
That's totally not chill.
Bruh, it's totally
Not
not
Jesus,
radical.
dude.
That was not very cash money of you.
I just want like a whole series of crumbs saying slang.
What's up, kids?
YOLO!
You, Lou?
I
how
say
is
things are
it?
going to get lit, you see.
It's swag? Swag? Do you say it? Swag?
This is
Is that how you say
absolutely
it?
boggers.
Lit. Is that short for literacy?
Literate. Yes, this is literate.
You good fam? Oh man.
Yo, dog. What's a dog? What, is it like a dog? What? Excuse me, what is a dog?
What is up, my homies?
What is up, dog?
What is up, dog? No, I still
Tim Burton.
don't get it.
Tim Potter's just right behind you going, nothing much, what's up with you?
Yeah, but I still don't understand what up dog is. Well, I'm very good, thank you. But what is up dog? It's a loop. It's dividing by 0.
Yeah, and Tim Pot even also asks the same question. Like, he also does not know what is up dog. He just goes on
Well,
and on.
that's what I've been asking you.
It just keeps going.
I imagine that like either Lucretia, Mog, or Moxie started that one.
There's just so much shit that go on with them. Just a list of slang.
Yeah,
That's not cricket.
this is kush tea. Like a type of tea? Like, is it a nice drink? What is kush tea?
Apparently, according to this sign, it is bear pimp in here.
Oh. Is
there a
good
bear?
thing?
Is there
Heavens.
Is that some type of bear?
A bear pimp, like an owl bear, I presume. I suppose I should grab my my sword.
Apparently, this beat is sick. I hope it feels better soon.
Ooh. I shall have
Apparently,
to get some
I'm supposed to
medicine.
Apparently, I'm meant to put together a diss track. I'm
Oh.
not sure what this is.
Furthermore,
Darling has
Furthermore-
written me some lyrics.
Furthermore, these rhymes are ill. Oh dear, I hope there isn't something going round.
Somebody told me
Not
the
that I
other
can
day
catch it.
that
I'm
something
immune
was...
to disease.
Somebody told me the other day that something was fire, and I bought them a mug of water and was quite worried, really. But they told me that it's fine. Well, not if it's fire.
Somebody handed me an item and told me it is their mixtape
Ooh.
and that it is fire. Then they got very angry at me because I put it in a mug of water.
Well, if it's fire, I presumed
So-
it was some sort of arcane artifact that would let a light. Perhaps it being fire, it was some sort of a trick, an illusion. I've got leather and cloth even. Cloth would catch fire. I can't be holding something that's fire.
Somebody said that this tune slaps. Now I do not approve of this physical violence.
No,
you see.
no, certainly not. Bards should not be going around causing mayhem such as that. Oh, Crom. You sweet boy. I'll have to think of more. bring them back to you every now and then.
I think on that note, I will end the stream there.
Yeah.
It's been a fun evening. Some
Thank
people
you
have
for
had terrifying dreams.
Some people have made some poor life decisions.
I don't know who you're
I
talking
was
about.
trying to help him.
By obeying the evil guy.
He said, "Take it out." I was helping.
My
him.
run didn't say take it out.
No. The thing.
The
said
guy
take
that
it out.
stabbed another one in before he asked you to take it out told you to take it out.
And I took it out to help him.
Yeah, no, it's too late now.
Oh no, I'm not trying to weasel out of it. I'm
You're
just saying, I'm
mine
trying
now.
to help. That's fine. Do your worst. I'm ready for your sound.
Yeah, expect random questions to be sent to you. I send a lot of them to to children.
Oh yes.
You might just want to
Really
give me a
question.
nudge if you do, because I really don't check my phone, because I just close it over and I put it down. So you have to kind of give me a nudge if you send something.
Well, it'd be via Discord because I haven't got your phone number. So.
Well, no, but that's what I mean. You have to be like, oh, check your messages, and I'll
Yeah.
check them, because I don't check during the game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, no, I won't send it to you during the game. It'd be before games.
Yeah, I just get
yeah,
random
that-
questions, random pauses of the day.
Nice.
Yeah,
Random
like,
Like,
part of
hi,
the-
I thought something that would really fuck Mug up.
Hi, I need your consent on this because I don't want to break your character, but at the same time, kinda do.
Oh, I love it.
let's see what mayhem we get up to next week then.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
byes everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Lucretia joined the dark side, but she could certainly try and get away.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey!
hey, you
We
said
did
the
it!
thing. We got it in there.
We did it! We've done it!
wow, I'm so confused. What?
We got the title in there.
Oh, right. Nice.
Anyway, bye guys.
Bye.